Latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
Vampires, but make them vegetarian. In the golden age of the 80s cartoon, one bizarre British bird flew into our hearts and coffins. This is the age and golden times of 80s cartoons. The vampire duck who preferred broccoli sandwiches over blood, and how his shows rose to cult fame before vanishing into cartoon oblivion. Let's dive back in and go beak first into the rise and fall of Count Duckula. Our feathery Count first appeared in Danger Mouse, the iconic British spy spoof. He was a villain back then. Fangs, cape, evil laugh, the whole undead 9 yards. But in 1988, Animated Studios' Cosgrove Hall decided to give Duckula his own show with a twist. A botched resurrection spell turned him from a bloodthirsty monster to tofu-loving oddball. Add a nanny with the brain of a turnip and a loyal, egregious butler who hates that his master won't bite people anymore, and you've got comedy gold. All right, as we're taking a look at some of Count Duckula's highlights from the show, everything that I've kind of went through, I wanted to tell some personal experience as we take a look at two of the rare toys. Count Duckula did not get a toy line. He does have newer toys coming out that will be seen in this video later on. I am trying desperately to get my hands on them. I'm trying not to pay a fortune for them either, but I may just have to because I want all three of them, which is, gosh, it's going to be hard to get. But to me, this was my introduction into British English humor. It is absolutely hilarious, and I do think it prepared me for shows like the IT Crowd, the original Office, and stuff like that. So really, the only type of toys that you get from these are hand-painted, rubber, just toys. There's nothing about them. They did have two different scales. These are the only two I have. So there was, a 2.5 inch, maybe 3 inch, and then there was about a 4 inch one here that you could have. So this is Count Duckula. Does look very Count Duckula-esque, but you could tell just the crappiness that there's stuff like from the mold still dangling right there. The hand painted is actually pretty decent, but it's just not the greatest toy in the world. But when you wanted something like this was an eBay purchase from across the sea. I had to get this from so I don't remember what actor. It was in England. I don't remember where, but it did. Both of these came together. We do have the butler. He comes in and just looks very, very good. Again, hand painted. Does have some dust on it, and just has his fez, which I think is pretty cool. Got his poison, which is of course what he would serve, and that's about it for these toys. Like I said, there are new and updated versions of these coming that are just going to be awesome. I think these are very just blah. I don't think they're, I mean, he stands back there, which is nice. They look fun on the shelf, and weirdly enough, when somebody will see these, they will say, oh, that's Count Duckula. I think they're recognizable pretty much just like that, which is a very cool thing. But all in all, throughout this, the one theme I want there to be known is this is an underrated cartoon that is still funny to this day and should be watched. So these are the only toys I've got to add to this version of the episode. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to go look at some more clips and some pictures and get some more history of Count Duckula. Count Duckula debuted in 1988 on ITV in the UK and Nickelodeon in the US, and kids everywhere were hooked. Each episode followed Duckula's wild schemes to get rich, get famous, or just escape his own castle. With teleporting powers, moody butlers, and supernatural chaos, it felt like a Dracula meets Monty Python. Plus, the animation was top-notch for its time. Fun fact, the theme song slaps. Seriously, it's a really good theme song. You should have listened to it in the beginning. In its prime, Count Duckula was a legit hit. It aired over 20 countries, got a kind of a toy line like we talked about. It did have comics and storybooks. Voice actor David Jason brought Duckula to life with a brilliantly quirky delivery, while Brian Truman's writing gave the show its clever, fast-paced humor. Duckula wasn't just a kids' show. It had subtle satire and British wit with adults who appreciated it as well. But in 1993, the castle crumbled. Ratings began to drop. Why? Well, there was a few reasons. The humor, while brilliant, didn't connect with young American audiences. Duckula's vegetarian vampire shtick really wasn't all that great. And when Nickelodeon shifting towards its homegrown cartoons like Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, the important British animation that was no more.
More than likely, sir. It's the ship's wheel.
Ship's wheel? I didn't know ships had wheels. The ship's wheel. The ship's wheel. Then what's steering the ship?
I would hazard a guess, sir. The whims of the tide.
Even though it's been decades, Count Duckula is still remembered fondly by fans of the 80s and 90s. It broke the mold. It made horror funny. It made vampires eat salad. You can still find them on DVD and on YouTube. You just search them up. If you grew up with Count Duckula, let us know your favorite episode or anything in the comments. And it's just your first time hearing about this vegetarian vampire. Congrats. Your childhood just got 20% weirder. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that coffin-shaped bell. It's really not, but that's cool. Until next time, peace out, home skillets.